Today's video is going to be a bit different. It's going to be about Afro Nation. So let's get straight into it. I purchased 2 tickets for Afro Nation. The first one was on the 1st of December 2019 and the second one was on the 30th of January 2020. I paid £306.09 for the first one and £306.99. Not sure why the prices were different, but anyway, the total was £616.08 for some bloody VIP tickets for Afro Nation Portugal 2019. The festival was supposed to take place on the 17th of July 2020, but it got cancelled because of the pandemic. Okay, that is understandable. But this is also where things get interesting. The first lockdown introduced in the UK was on the 16th of March 2020. However, Afro Nation was still happening. Afro Nation was not cancelled at that point. They did not release any statement. Meanwhile, all over the world, other music festivals, major sports events were getting cancelled, but Afro Nation was still happening. They were special. They were not saying anything on social media. They were still posting as usual. And to be honest, a lot of people, including myself, we just felt like we got played. And a lot of people started calling them out on social media. Afro Nation was just quiet about the whole situation. They just kept on posting content on their social media accounts without addressing the issue that was going on, which was, and still is, the pandemic. And then finally, on the 18th of March 2020, they released a statement on Twitter announcing that the festival would still take place in July. And they just continue posting the usual content on social media like nothing was happening in the world. Finally, on the 3rd of April 2020, they released a statement basically saying that they couldn't give answers because things were not under their control. Interestingly enough, I actually found a news article from Portugal that was released on the 7th of May 2020 saying that all summer festivals in Portugal were cancelled. But Afro Nation was still quiet at this point. They were quiet. And then finally, on the 11th of May, they announced that the festival was not cancelled, but it was postponed until July of the following year, which is 2021. And that all tickets that were purchased were still valid for the next year. So if you bought your tickets in 2019 or 2020, your tickets would still be valid for the festival in 2021. They also stated that they would not issue any refunds. Some Twitter users were claiming that they changed their terms and conditions so they did not have to refund people. I don't know about that. All I know is that on the same day that they announced that the festival will no longer take place in 2020, instead it will take place the following year, they released the lineup. They released the lineup for Afro Nation 2021, meaning that you could still buy tickets and those who had a payment plan were still paying for it. Okay, you cannot just cancel your payment plan and get your money back. No, that's not how it works. For some strange reason, they kept updating the lineup, and in September of last year, it was announced that Chris Brown would be performing at Afro Nation. This is interesting because allegedly there's no confirmation from Chris Brown that he would actually perform at Afro Nation. Fast forward to 2021. Once again, they announced that the festival would not take place this year, and it was rescheduled for 2022. So I bought 2 VIP tickets, one in 2019 and the other one in 2020, for a music festival that will take place in 2022. To be fair, Afro Nation gave people who had already purchased and paid for their tickets in full a chance to relist them on their website as a way to get their money back. So I decided to do that. I decided to release my tickets back in 2020, thinking that, okay, this is the way I can get a refund. On the 23rd of August 2020, I was sent an email stating that they had sold my tickets. I received a refund of £265. £265. I thought that they'd send me the rest of the money, but they did not. Where's the remaining amount? I emailed them but only received like an automated response. I read them once again, same answer. These people do not care. It's a lack of information for me, because they also sent me an email, like an automated email, stating that my tickets will remain valid for Afro Nation 2021. So I'm thinking, which tickets are you referring to? Because I thought that you had already sold my tickets. So where's the rest of the money, or where are the tickets? I don't understand. This is so confusing. Where is the money? Run me my peas. The fact that they do not have the decency to reply to their customers when we email them just shows me that they do not value me as a customer. Afro Nation is a music festival that was created to unite people living in the diaspora and unify those people through Afrobeats. And then the co-founder of Afro Nation up, and he started hosting events at nightclubs or whatever. I get it. You worked hard for your money so that you could create Afro Nation. But baby boy, I also worked hard for my money. So where is it? This is even sad because the first Afro Nation was a success. The co-founder said that he was only expecting to sell 5,000 tickets, but he actually tripled his expectations. And just for you to have an idea, like, Afro Nation was so popular that I know that some people who did not have tickets, but they still went to the beach where the event was taking place so that they could enjoy the vibe. Before the first Afro Nation took place, it was even compared to the Fire Festival and other urban festivals who, you know, did not happen. And I feel like now it has come to a time where it's like, yeah, I definitely see the similarities now. I didn't see it back then, but now it's kind of giving me Fire Festival vibes, because this was supposed to happen in 2019. Yes, I understand there was a pandemic, but it's the fact that it took them so long to release statements, to cancel the... I mean, it was just a mess, and then no refunds, and your tickets are still valid, but I thought you already sold my tickets. So I mean, honestly, I don't want to hear about Afro Nation anymore. I'm done with them. I just want my money back. It's my hard-earned money. Run me my money. Run me my money. That's it. That's the video. Bye.